Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today's reading will be an important message you need to hear right now. So please take a moment to choose option A, B or C. The timestamps will be down in the description and we'll begin with option A in a moment. Okay, so let's begin. The Six of Arrows, Transition. This is a card that's often pulled at a turning point in life. Sometimes it can feel like the moving away from home, moving away to university, taking your first job across the country, that type of thing. That's the sort of transitional energy it's pulling, which means at the moment in life you're perhaps being offered an opportunity, and it's also a sign that it's time to move on from something into something new, kind of into the unknown. There's an aspect of fear to it, of something setting, but there's also a full moon there to guide. It's kind of a use a bit of your own intuition and allow yourself to go freely. You have the Seven of Bows, clearance. Now that also means that you need to clear away the path to make room for something new. This could be an opportunity. For some of you it could even be love. You could be looking to move on in love, and in which case the Seven of Bows means you perhaps need to clear out some of your old baggage. It could be literal, it could be from your partner and perhaps decorations in your house, or it could simply be maybe photos on the internet or just old feelings and things that you have that you need to lay to rest. It could also mean that if you want to move forward you need to perhaps get rid of some things, tie up a few loose ends. It's about getting rid of the old and welcoming in the new. It's clearing space for new crops to grow, and I definitely feel like you're in a strong stage of growth and that you need to nurture this opportunity. The Three of Arrows, it's jealousy, but it's also heartbreak and pain. I do feel like you're moving on from something. Like I said, some of you I felt like it could be a romantic situation or love that you're moving on from. This jealousy card though does remind us that you need to be careful of old past attachments. When we have clearance, for some of you it could be that you fear being cheated on or being left or being treated a certain way or not having what you want, and this type of energy is something we need to be very aware of because, as you see, it's incredibly destructive. You have the Queen of Bows here, and one thing I will say about this card is it can indicate a person in your life. It can indicate sort of pettiness and small squabbles and like underhanded sabotage, that type of thing. It can also be snide remarks, so do be wary about that, but also be wary of that energy yourself. The Queen of Bows, the hair, is also someone very reliable, someone who's practical, someone who gets things done. I do feel like if there's something you want, this is a sign that you need to take action. You need that awareness, and you do need to be very perhaps careful about the way you engage socially with others and the way you allow people to engage with you to avoid this same heartbreak that you've experienced before. Now this could resonate in any way. It could be your work, it could be your love life, it could be anything like that, but it is a sign of be wary of other people and be wary of yourself, not to allow jealousy or past feelings or sort of stagnant crops to resurface and prevent you from moving forward into your next stage. So if you enjoyed this reading, please like, comment and subscribe, and I hope to see you in the next video. We'll move on to option B in a moment. Option B, the King of Arrows, the Kingfisher. I feel like there's something you have a clear goal on. You have your eye on something, and this is about clarity. This is about going forward and taking something with precision. It's also a card of good counsel and advice. I feel like it can be a sign that we need to get some counsel or some other people's opinions before we make a decision, or it can simply be asking for help from others so you can get on the right path. The King of Vessels, the Heron. I definitely feel like this is something you have a strong attachment to. This is something that you're really putting energy into, that you're going for. I feel this is more of a goal-oriented thing rather than, for most of you, not necessarily romantic. The Mirror there is about inner reflection. It's also about keeping your eye on something and having a vision. And it's also about disillusionment. Do be careful not to be drawn in by illusions. And you have the Two of Arrows, Injustice. I feel like you've perhaps in the past felt almost like a victim, or almost like a cycle of it, and it creates feelings of self-doubt. This Injustice card reminds us not to play the victim, or not to see injustice in everything as a reason why we can't move forward. Your King of Arrows is your clarity. It's taking the right advice and moving into the next stage. It's literally like an arrow, that pinpoint precision, going in, achieving it, and that type of energy. It's not a spiteful energy. It's not kind of like anything you don't deserve at all by any means. Whatever you have your eye on at the moment, you deserve it, but it's about making sure you go about it in the right way. So if you enjoyed this reading, please like, comment and subscribe, and I hope to see you in the next video. Now we'll move on to option C. The Queen of Stones, the Bear. That's about putting something into focus into your practical life. If you have a goal or something, it's time to now make a practical set of plans. It's time to start putting your money where your mouth is and start doing it, and doing it with consistency. We also have the Seven of Arrows here, insecurity. I do feel like there's an aspect, almost like the Queen doesn't want to leave the cave because she's kind of afraid of her secure space, or what she's wanted, or what she has. She's afraid to put herself out there. This insecurity, though, if you notice, she's pierced with arrows. It's kind of almost like she's held up here by her own hair. She's silenced by herself, and she's allowed other people to kind of take aim at her. When you become insecure about something, it can make you very vulnerable. I'm sensing there's a vulnerability there. You have the Six of Stones, exploitation. I do really feel like you've been taken advantage of, and you need to really sort of get your plans in order and make some decisions here. I feel like here when you have exploitation, it can feel like you've perhaps been taken advantage of a lot. It feels like almost there's a receptiveness to your pick here, like you're someone who gives a lot but doesn't get a lot in return, because the Queen of Stones is also someone who's nurturing and who is able to reap material reward and give a lot to others. I feel like that's something you definitely need to be aware of. There's balance. Don't just give everything to others at the cost of yourself. Don't put yourself into poverty or strain or illness or isolation just for the well-being of others. You need to also focus on yourself and the people around you that care about you. With this balance card, it does remind us to bring everything in order. The two entwined serpents kind of give you almost like a medicinal thing. It's about well-being, your mental health, your physical health, your spiritual health, your overall well-being, your finances. It's a card of not being taken advantage of. It's kind of very much a warning that you need to be aware of this in your life and to try to give more to yourself than other people will take from you. So if you enjoyed this reading, please like, comment and subscribe, and I hope to see you in the next video.